This is a quick explanation of how we might use the award-winning PM² methodology to help SCTH ensure their strategy is executed both within the ministry but also across other ministries, the private sector, and other important partners. The overall process we're recommending is based on our rapid scorecard approach. There are basically 5 steps that we need to take the organization through. First, we have to capture the existing strategy in what we call a strategy map. The strategy map captures the core strategic objectives, their cause and effect relationship, and their relative priorities. In this way, the entire leadership team can get aligned around the objectives, their priorities for this year, and how to achieve success. In other words, what leads to what. You'll notice this strategy map does not respect the organization chart, nor does it differentiate between whether the activities are done by the private sector, the public sector, or what ministry. The second step is to attach KPIs. Now, we have some of these available already through the service level agreements that we're documenting. And we can now monitor on an ongoing basis how we're doing towards achieving those strategic objectives and understand if we're achieving below target, how that might be impacting other objectives and in turn the cascade effect downstream. Now, that's great for monitoring, but we need to make sure that the right activities are getting done. So what we can actually do is list those strategic objectives down the left side and the activities that we do to make those happen across the top. So some of these activities are going to be internal to SCTH. Some are going to come from other ministries like the Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Interior, and so forth. And then some of them are going to come from the private sector. And what we should be able to do is understand both their impact and performance levels in order to get an overall systems view of how we're performing against that strategy. Now, these numbers can be added up to give us a visual representation of how we're doing by strategic objective. The blue part representing how well we're currently doing, and the gold part represents the gap between current performance and what the strategy calls for. This is important because this allows us to get aligned towards which departments need to work on anything and how well they're achieving and performing towards success. This also lets us see overall where we need to focus additional initiatives. In fact, we can score those initiatives as well and see how well they're closing the observed gaps. In most cases, we observe almost a 40% gap between the alignment of the projects and the organizational need. In other words, 40% of the projects are focusing on the wrong things. Through this process, we can better align our projects, sequence them, and ensure that we're working on the things that are going to most likely contribute to strategic success. The next step is to add in the governance process. How do we use this to manage at the board level, the leadership level, the department or process level inside of SCTH, or manage the remote ministries and private sector organizations? And then turn it on. So this is the overall process we're recommending. This is a quick overview. To understand each step in more detail, please watch the next video.